family right here. That's what it's all about.
He's into the end zone. He caught it. Are you kidding me with that catch, JJ?
Wow.
Here we go.
In the dark. Another studio show. Okay, this is new.
All right, you guys ready?
Ready when you are.
5, 4, 3. This is Vikings Weekly coming to you from our TV studio inside the Vikings practice facility. I'm Tatum Everett alongside Gabe Henderson, and here at the Vikings Entertainment Network, we're excited to bring you this new show every single week.
Yeah, call it a behind-the-scenes, all-encompassing best of what we do here inside the TCO Performance Center, and I'm so excited to bring you guys this show every single week with Tatum Everett.
Coming up on this inaugural episode of Vikings Weekly, we'll hear from head coach Kevin O'Connell. We'll take a ride with Alexander Madison, and there's also a new twist to the Griddy game that we're going to get into.
Okay.
So it's going to be one exciting show. But first, tell me you watched Netflix's Quarterback.
Absolutely. Kirk Cousins, he had the best summer out of any NFL player this offseason, and that show, Quarterback, showed us not only who Kirk Cousins is as a quarterback, but who he is as a person. And I was just looking at that documentary, and I was like, there's one thing that it's not showing us. It didn't show us Kirk Cousins mic'd up at training camp with a mustache. You know who got that footage? The Vikings Entertainment Network.
We did.
Let's check it out.
All right, I'll be back at the end of practice for gut health. How we doing, guys? Thanks for coming out. We're gonna get a little more variety from Leah on the music today. Oh, Drake challenge, meaning can you go a whole practice and not play Drake? This is my 6th season with the Vikings. I don't know if we've made it a day in 6 years without Drake at a workout or a practice. It's quite an accomplishment.
You know what today is, Mike?
An opportunity, bub.
An opportunity.
Is that the wind or the crooked water bottle?
I don't know. Should be good. I took them all.
I think it's the wind. Every day, you just got to make it to stretch. If you can make it to stretch, you're going to make it another day in this league. Ball handling, 5 minutes. It reminds me of the first Spider-Man when Bonesaw says, I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Bonesaw is ready. Throw us that. Yes. All right, guys, that was not 5 minutes. I think it was shorter than that. Yeah! It's news! Oh! Here we go, man. Catch your breath, catch your breath, catch your breath. We want the Titans to leave saying, no team in the league is more organized in one-on-ones than the Minnesota Vikings. I always try to throw with my upper body, which is nice to have in the bag. It's a good club to have, but when you got these Pistons, why not put them to use? Good job, good job. Good job, guys. Good job, Tris. Way to finish those. Saturday. I'll be 35 on Saturday. We got to keep this thing loose. The rumor is one offense is going, is the rumor. That's the rumor. I'm all about spreading rumors. That's a big play. That's a big play. Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love that. Yes!
Kirk, you got us.
Let's go, man. Compete. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Compete.
There is never a dull moment when Kirk Cousins has the hot mic at practice. And it's always pretty cool to hear him share a couple of words with head coach Kevin O'Connell also.
And it's really cool to see that bond that they share as quarterback and signal caller. And each and every week, KOC will join the show to talk about the X's and O's of that matchup. Check out this episode of X's and O's alongside voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen, as they break down the Bucs.
X's and O's with Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell is in the air. For 2023, we have the Buccaneers coming up this weekend, and I'm Paul Allen. This is courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery. Welcome, KFAN. And Kevin is into his 2nd season as head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Any kind of a different feel for you coming up to this? I mean, obviously, now that you've done it for a full year, and I've heard you talk about the defense, and maybe I, should have looked at this and stuff like that. Just put that whole thing together and how you feel right now up to this Bucs game compared to the Green Bay game last year?
Yeah, I think, anytime you have a chance to, experience things in a lot of ways, I've been doing this for a while, but not as the head coach, not as the, truly in charge of everything. And I think the comfort level I feel, you're always going to have angst going into a season. There's always going to be unknowns. But just the comfort level I feel overall, not only within my role, but with, bringing in Flo and being able to lean on his leadership. Matt Daniels with the special teams group that, continues to do a great job there, bringing a major part of our team along. And then just offensively, having our staff together and being able to go through a full process of evaluating last season. We did a lot of really good things. There were a lot of areas we really wanted to focus on. And then ultimately, getting into the nitty gritty of game planning and what you feel like as the head coach it's going to take to win the game in all three phases. I feel very comfortable, not only going through that evaluation process, but then when we put the plans into motion, articulate to the team how we need to get that done, practice the right ways to make sure we're preparing our guys, and then we turn them loose 12 noon at US Bank Stadium.
I mean, that right there, I'm just, I have kind of a major obsession until we start playing the games and seeing how this thing's going to work.
No, you don't. I've never noticed that.
Well, because there's so much new, again, 12 personnel, which would be 2 tight ends and a running back, Hawkinson and Oliver, which technically can be 13 personnel, extra receiver, Hawkinson as a receiver-ish tight end, and Oliver. I mean, it's a pick your poison here, isn't it? As a play caller, you have to love that.
It allows us to make people defend more gaps. And what I mean by that is the more big bodies you have, the more combinations and different run schemes you can run, all while still using the skill sets of all of those players in the pass game and using the ebbs and flows of a game and how people want to try to defend you. It makes it hard to just hone in on 11 personnel. Hey, there's 3 wide receivers out there. Let's play personnel like this. Let's play coverage to JJ like this. We just make it a little bit harder on our opponents to carry over multiple facets of the game plan. And ultimately what you hope is as your comfort level as an offense continues to rise with, week in and week out, how you want to play the game, carrying certain things over, making them start out looking the same, but they end up being different. All those things tie into our overall offensive philosophy, but there are no rules to say that you have to have 3 wide receivers on the field, or you're not allowed to have 3 tight ends or 2 tight ends and a fullback. And all of those things allow us to have the mentality of being physical, wanting to run the football with all the marriage of the run and the pass that we can do from there.
Well, I mean, the complementary aspect of football is so beautiful because, like, you sign TJ or you trade for TJ last year. All right, TJ's good. But let's not forget what's going to open up for Jefferson, who hadn't had a receiving touchdown in like a month and a half. Then from FedEx on, he takes off. Same thing with Oliver, complementing the running game, the type of personnel that you want to use. So, I mean, rookie corner Mekhi Blackman, he's all business, isn't he? He's just like straightforward business.
Yeah, he's been great from day one. And I don't know if he's been extra comfortable just coming with Jordan Addison from USC, but those guys have both been great. But I've really loved the way Mekhi has really fit into the role of, kind of being a guy that can play inside. He can play outside. He's shown to be a good tackler in space. He's shown a lot of the things that we had hoped, and he's kind of taken on an NFL approach, which is not always the case with rookies, and rightly so. But the transition for Mekhi has been a smooth one. Now my challenge to him is can you replicate preparation equaling good performances on Sunday, and then through the grind of, for the first time in his life, playing 17 plus games, hopefully.
Make some memories this year.
Appreciate it, Pia.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks to Coach for that breakdown. When we return from break, not all remixes are better than the original, but when they're endorsed by JJ, yes, they are. We'll reveal a new twist to the iconic Griddy. Welcome back into Vikings Weekly. Gabe, I have a riddle for you.
Okay.
What is recognized globally, has a connection to Jets, and anyone can do it?
I got to say Griddy, right?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
That was too easy. That was too easy. Not like our Vikings scam riddles. But one thing I do remember is Kirk, JJ, 71 yards, Tennessee Titans. JJ Griddy's, I'm not going to try it, but JJ Griddy into the end zone literally took the world by storm. 3 years later, though, we are learning a new rendition of the Griddy. And you know who's here to teach us? Griddy himself and our guy JJ. Let's check it out.
Hey, brother, hey, I got some new Griddy moves for you this season, bro.
What you mean?
Hey, we upgrading it, man. I got the jet Griddy for you, bro. I got
Jet Griddy?
called the jet Griddy.
Oh, I need to see that.
Talking in Minnesota, you know we lit it, man. Y'all already know the real Griddy creator back, man. We about to turn up me and J Jet today. Yeah, I'm rocking with the Vikings.
What's good? I'm Jets,
Hey, man, I'm Griddy, man.
and we bringing a new version of the Griddy this year. It's about to be a Griddy season.
Yes, sir.
And I want the whole stadium worldwide to get up and Griddy with me when we get in that end zone.
So the first step of the new Griddy move is called the jet Griddy. So the jet Griddy, all right, you into your Griddy. We flying with it now. We flying with it, you dig? So when you score, you add the jet with it. Sweep, you dig? Gotta throw the bees up still, but you still jet with it, you dig? That's step one. Step two, the handoff Griddy. So when you score, we're gonna get it in like this. You come in, hand it out, come get it. Throw it to him. Hey, catch it, spin it. Hey, that's step two. So step three, we're gonna call this the LeBron Griddy. So when you score, you come in, powder, throw it up, hey, bees, hey, that's how we come in. You dig? So boom, step four, we're gonna call this the roll dice Griddy. All right, so boom, you score, come in, get them dice ready, slide, step back, whoa, 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 whoa. Hit that shoulder work with it, brother. Hey, hey, yeah. Step five, the last Griddy step. We're gonna call this the reverse Griddy. So boom, Jay just come in, score, you hit him. Then reverse it. Hey, the reverse Griddy. Then you know you can add the other moves with it, like when you reverse, you can. You dig? So look, we got the top five, new top five elite Griddy moves, man. That's how we coming. Week one, you dig? Let's get it.
Y'all thought we put it on you with the first Griddy. Now y'all really gotta learn.
That's what I'm saying. We got some real moves with it. So if you ain't know how to Griddy, you got a whole lot of catching up on.
Tough, dog. Appreciate that, brother. Sure. Y'all holla.
Moves to you,
Of course.
Appreciate your time, brother.
Of course.
Got it out, man.
Well, now that we have so many options, Gabe's out in the back practicing. I think we're gonna make him do this on next week's Vikings Weekly. But until then, he took Alexander Madison for a ride in the golf cart on Vikings Circle to talk about how big this season is for number 2.
All right, Viking Circle presented by On Location. We are on location with my guy, Mr. Deuce, Alexander Madison. How you doing, bro?
Doing good. Good to see you as always.
Likewise.
Yeah.
So this episode, this is the first time I've ever done it. I've come bearing gifts. So
snap.
I know week 1, September 10th, that's a big day, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but the day before, it's your daughter's first birthday.
Yes.
So I got something in here for you.
Wow.
I know if you want to take it out, you can. If not, I know it's probably not something that you would rock. But we're going to talk about the microphone, a frozen microphone for your daughter. So
I love that.
You ready?
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
Appreciate it.
So I know people are asking, like, why would you get Alexander Madison a microphone for his daughter? Well, for people who don't know, you rap.
Yeah.
Like, you're an artist.
I've been on my own, heart so cold like December. Heart so froze like a polarized winter.
For people who don't understand that part of you, what's your passion behind music?
Honestly, it started off my little cousin Cam. He inspired me because he wanted to get into it and take it serious, the music thing serious. And so, I went down, took him to a studio one time, and he asked me to hop on the track.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've learned to use it as a way of therapy.
Oh, wow.
And I've gotten actually pretty good at just like mixing and mastering and self-engineering throughout the process. During that COVID time, I ended up buying a whole bunch of home studio equipment. So that's kind of where the passion comes behind, is that using that as a form of therapy, using that as a way to kind of just, lay down something on the track.
And with that mic, I can only imagine now when you're like rapping, your daughter's gonna be singing along with you.
Yeah.
So now she got a microphone to kind of do her thing. But Deuce 909 is the rap name, right?
Yeah.
And your daughter is born on September 9th. So that correlation, how special is that?
Man, it's crazy just to think about, the way stuff comes full circle. I was born in San Bernardino, California. The area code there is 909, so it's near and dear to my heart. It's made me the person I am today. So for her to be born on September 9th, it couldn't have been anything more perfect.
Switching the focus to football now, right? Like we always talk about the running back position. Those guys need to get into a rhythm. Like the rhythm of playing running back is, you got to get a couple of carries. But like, what is the rhythm of your position?
Honestly, it's a little bit of a feel. I like to think of my running style as a downhill, fast and physical running style. And along with that, the key word downhill, I feel like I get better as the game goes. And I think a lot of running backs can resonate. The more carries that you can stack, the more you can get a feel for the game. It just starts, the muscle memory starts to kick in, and you just start to go in, and once you get in the zone, you're in the zone.
We know you're this eclectic guy. Like you're a fluent Spanish speaker. Like you're very knowledgeable. Like you really do your research. But at the same time, like when that helmet comes on, who are you?
Deuce. That's Deuce.
Okay.
Off the field, you can, Alexander Madison here, Minnesota Vikings. but that helmet's on, I'm locked in, I get in the zone as Deuce.
I love it. I'm looking forward to seeing how many people or how many minds that you changed with your running style this year, man. Best of luck.
Appreciate you, my guy.
And happy early birthday to your daughter, because we probably won't do this before she turns 1. So
appreciate
now you got a birthday gift for her.
Yeah, happy birthday, Alea.
Well, that was really fun. What was your favorite part from that Viking circle?
Learning that Alexander Madison, his daughter's first birthday, is the day before we play the Buccaneers.
How cool. That's pretty good luck, right?
I hope so. We need that luck on Sunday, for sure.
Come on now. I mean, what was your favorite Viking Circle episode this year?
I got to go with Brian Asamoah. The cultural ties that we talked about there, just being from Ghana, but also him going to D.C. for the Project Success trip with Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and some of his teammates. We actually have that video of those guys at the White House in D.C. for Project Success.
Project Success is a nearly 30-year-old youth development organization that connects students to their purpose. Our mission is to inspire young people every day to dream about their future, help them take steps to get there, and help them gain the tools that will take them through the rest of their lives. Today is really special for these trips to Washington, D.C. with the Minnesota Vikings. All of these students represent all high schools in Minneapolis and are chosen by their principal, a teacher, or a leader in the school. And we ask one question: who in this moment do you think would benefit most from this experience?
This is an unbelievable experience to come and just learn about history, Black history specifically, and it's a part of American history. And I think everybody needs to make this trip.
I mean, for me, it's not cliches, but obviously it's Martin Luther King, and it's just, what he stood for. His words still reign true today. There's a picture in my house of Barack Obama and Martin Luther King, and it's like, you know what, that dream has come true.
Later down the line, I'm gonna tell my kids about it, go home, tell the wife about it. And I just think, this is a real cool experience.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway for me is just the power of one. There are so many significant figures who just had the courage to speak up, to fight back, to make a difference.
One of the things that Project Success has been built on from day one, and is the reason we get to keep doing what we do today and why we look to grow, is our partnerships. Not just in word, but in action and in deep partnership. It's because of the Minnesota Vikings, the Wilfs, Lester, Bagley, the entire team, that this has all been possible. And we couldn't do it without each other. That's what partnership is. And then when Delta Airlines came in and became a partner and allowed us to present scholarships for $1,000 to every student that goes towards their future, that's a game changer. That's incredible.
Like CJ Ham said, Black history is American history, and I love the fact that our organization continues to support such a great cause. But Tatum, as we wrap this show, it is so great to leave our fans with some positive news heading into the home opener on Sunday.
And the season opener will truly be special with those classic uniforms, tributes to the 1970s Super Bowl teams, and of course, a ton about legendary coach Bud Grant. And so we leave you with this tribute. But before we do, thank you so much for watching Vikings Weekly. For Gabe Henderson, myself, we will see you guys next week after Sunday's home opener, noon on CBS. It's finally here.
Can't wait.
So we'll leave you with this, and Skol Vikings.
Well, I'm proud of the name, Viking. I mean, it's not like we're a bird or, you know, a reptile or something. We're Vikings, and we're unique. And I'm proud to be a part of Minnesota. I'm proud to be a Viking. I'm proud of the history. You know, next to my family, they've been in my existence ever since 1967? That's a long time.
Down the right side, it is fought for, and it's touchdown! I don't believe it! One of the great, dramatic...
The kid made it. He finally made it.
I think the Viking name has permeated the whole country. You mention Viking to anybody, they'll say Minnesota. I'm proud of being a part of the Vikings for all of these years, and I think everybody in Minnesota is too.